Good morning. Happy Thursday. You guys ready?
Yeah, thanks for that, Howard, the Dukes of Hazzard. But you noticed our post yesterday, I learned my lesson. No more videoing or taking pictures while behind the wheel driving a car.
I tried to get you to.
Yeah. So at any rate, it's great to be back together. I can't believe 6 months has gone by. I can't believe we've entered the second quarter century of being in business, right? Continuous growth, evolution, and success. Over $4.4 billion has been earned by entrepreneurs when you combine retail profits and commissions since the inception of our company,
and
right?
We're just getting started.
We are just getting started.
Right, guys?
So as always, Jim, we're always looking for ways to make an unfranchised owner's activities most efficient, most effective, and fun. We're always looking for tools, technologies, systems to enhance that efficiency, to get to where we want to go even faster, right? So from a business building standpoint, of course, it's all based on duplication. So all the tools that we introduce is all about creating more duplication within our teams. And we talked earlier about the fact that we're going back to the basic five, reinforcing the importance of learning the fundamentals and then learning the principles and strategies in order to build the business the way it was originally designed.
Which includes using and selling products. These have stayed the same forever, haven't they? Team, share the business, share the shopping annuity, and sell tickets, which is our education to our field. And it was great to hear Lauren talk about the Basic Five right in the opening.
She mentioned it. And I think a very underutilized tool that we've had for years is the Getting Started Guide. There's where you can find it. Of course, it goes in every subscription, and you can access it free through the download section on UnFranchise.com. But the guide really outlines all the tasks and activities that adhere to the Basic Five. And you can utilize the guide even before an unfranchised owner establishes their business. The person can start to develop their goals, determine what their why is, start to create their possibilities list. So, Jim, as a team, we went through the guide and we updated it a little bit, didn't we?
We did, and what's great about this, we went through it, and as we were going through it, we were getting excited about using it again. And it's the tool that duplicates for everybody on here, and we went through, it's updated, it's available right now. You can download it immediately and start using it again. And you can use it before you start somebody to make sure they understand what we're doing. You can use it as you start somebody to make sure they get started right. But it's not just about recruiting, it is about recruiting and bringing people in correctly, and this allows you to do that.
And spending time in order to get them on the right track. And I like it, just even the first section, it puts everything in perspective. So it's at least a 12-month commitment, right? It talks about completing the shopping annuity assessment. It mentions the Basic Five. It mentions the Master Unfranchise Owner Program. It talks about getting the tickets to the next international convention or world conference. So we're just encouraging everyone to utilize this tool, and it starts with you. So if you haven't visited the Getting Started Guide and utilize it, do it yourself first, and I think you'll recognize very quickly how valuable it can be.
From an online training and support system for years, we've had our NUOTs, our B5s, our ECCTs, and we moved the NUOT and the B5 online for a period of time, and we are going to take those back offline now. Now they're going to be available for training. You can go on, you can take them, you can do it, but it will not count towards certification. I'm glad to see people clapping on that because there's a great reason for it. And the reason for that is we want to make sure people are getting trained correctly. And when it's done in an area where we can't tell what's done, we don't know if people are getting it done right. And the other thing, this puts our senior partners in the position to be coaching and training the way they should be and taking something we call management responsibility for those people we bring in. Because when we bring people in, we spend time with them, we work with them, and we do it right. Right, guys?
Well said, Jim. We all know it's the management performance compensation plan, being paid to manage, and I think we need to revisit that and take that responsibility. So this shift, not making it a certification, but making it available just as a support and a training standpoint, really will create a better connection with your senior partners, hopefully, I think it will, and assure that that unfranchised owners have the knowledge and confidence to move forward. So,
and that'll be taking effect in early September.
Early September, you can look forward to an Unfranchised News providing the details. The Getting Started Guide, of course, by following the tasks and activities outlined in it, will enable an unfranchised owner to lay a very solid foundation to begin to develop their business. And that puts you in a position to take the next step, which is to become a master unfranchised owner. I know Jared's going to talk in depth about this. It's about really opening your business, okay? And the statistics prove that those unfranchised owners who implement all the components that make up the system, which the Master Unfranchised Owner Program captures, simply make more money than those who don't.
I mean, you look at the numbers, Andrew. How many of you, if you currently work in a position right now at a job, if your boss said, hey, if you do this task for the next 2 to 3 years, I'm going to give you a minimum of a 48% raise, and as high as 139%. How many of you would make sure you did whatever it was supposed to be done at that point? Because the numbers don't lie. They're there.
So we captured, of course, the analysis that was done years ago, determining what an unfranchised owner has done and continues to do to create that very solid, stable, secure, ongoing income. We don't need to go through all the criteria, just to mention, just to really realize that you're probably doing it anyway,
right.
But completing the shopping annuity assessment has been improved. You're going to learn more about that during this convention. Of course, we're all on UFMS. It's part of the unfranchised auto ship. Generating 1,500 BV in a quarter from your own transactions, including the transactions from your customers, and the same thing from the partner stores, $1,500 worth of transactions between yourself and your customers. But there's been one modification to the criteria. It used to be that you needed to personally sponsor 2 qualified unfranchised owners in the quarter to qualify with the other criteria as a master unfranchised owner. We've taken that now down to 1.
We have, and the reason we took it down to 1 was everything in there is based on what we need to do as unfranchised owners. It's using our products, it's retailing our products, it's buying tickets, it's attending training. But some people were feeling if it's at 2, I'm just not going to get there for the quarter. So by putting it to 1, we are giving everybody the chance to hit this every quarter, which means by having the entire team hit it, it's going to add up to so much more for everybody. And we can start a new person and say, you have the ability to start hitting this right away. So we've made that modification, so we're good to go.
I think we're going to have a record number of master unfranchised owners really soon. Of course, we've made this all available online. You don't have to worry about filling out paperwork and sending it into the corporation. It's all being measured, monitored. You can track it. You can control, right? But it's nice to know what's going on, not only with yourself personally, but tracking those in your team striving to become a master unfranchised owner. Okay. There's so many benefits to being an unfranchised owner. So many benefits to owning your own business, right? I think there's more benefits to being an unfranchised owner and choosing this business to own. One of the benefits is the tax deductions that you're entitled to. It's interesting to note, because this is a legitimate, viable, credible business, you see, but it's interesting to note that the average small business owner is leaving approximately $3,000 on the table simply because they're not organized, not tracking or monitoring, right, their expenses. And as a result, they're not properly deducting that money from their taxable income. So we have just introduced a little while back a very valuable application, a very valuable technology that has been incorporated into our unfranchised business. I want to roll a video that just in 1 minute really explains all the benefits.
When it comes to business taxes, procrastination can be very expensive. The average small business owner leaves roughly $3,000 each year on the table, simply because they did not track, monitor, and submit expenses they are entitled to write off of their taxable income. Deductr simplifies the process and helps eliminate the fear of an audit with bulletproof documentation. In one streamlined, easy-to-use app, Deductr tracks your business expenses, mileage, and time. Forget to save and organize your paper receipts? No problem. You can take pictures of your receipts and Deductr files them for you. Link business bank cards to turn Deductr into an automatic tracking assistant that records every expense at the point of purchase. Even enter expenses on the move and track mileage via GPS. Easily personalize Deductr for your unfranchised business with a customizable dashboard that notifies you of any potential savings. Every month, you can record and confirm all eligible tax deductions in minutes, with year-end reports ready to print out and hand to your tax professional. Stop overpaying your taxes. Get the job done right. Download Deductr now and have your business ready for tax time.
Woo.
Great new technology, and as I mentioned, it's free. It's free because it's been incorporated into the unfranchised management system. Now, if you were an unfranchised owner, this application costs $240 a year, right? But as an unfranchised owner, once again, it's free, which is an additional, right? An additional benefit, and I think really a prospecting and recruiting conversation. You know?
Well, it should always be part of it. When we're talking to somebody, tax benefits are a tremendous advantage to anyone we talk to. And if you're not taking advantage of it, as it says, you're leaving that money on the table. I mean, we went out to dinner the other night, got the receipt, took the photo, documented it, right there, done, great, taken care of. It is so easy to use this.
You know, it's really like having a personal assistant follow you around, and you don't even have to pay them. Tracks your business expenses, tracks your mileage, which we all have been guilty of not properly documenting the mileage when we're driving to go to a meeting, an appointment, right? And like you just mentioned, the receipts. Now, Jim, talk about the bank card. By the way, make sure you activate your account. You simply log into unfranchise.com. You'll see on the home page, which is part of the dashboard, you'll see Tax Assistant. Make sure you click on that and activate your account. And you can even link your bank cards as well.
You can link all your cards. You just go in, you refresh it. And what's really great about this, it automatically starts, once you start categorizing some of the transactions, it's smart technology will then start to do it for you from then on. So it takes some of the work off of what you were doing as well. It's really a great program. If you haven't used it, I am encouraging everyone to start using this and saving money.
I mean, talk about, once again, an additional benefit as an unfranchised owner. Also think about it from a retention standpoint. And you think about your team, you know, when they utilize Deductr, I mean, sometimes stuff happens in their life and they become less active in the business. Sometimes they become more active. But think about it. If they're on Deductr, it gives them less chances they're going to leave the business, right? Because of the value of this and the money that's being now kept that they're entitled to keep, you know? So more information you can access by visiting the booth at section 105. And this evening, there's going to be a breakout training session from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the Imperial Ballroom. Chris Petticord, Sarah Rose Stack, and Charlie Bear will be in attendance. But beyond that, the founder and CEO of Deductr, John Thomas, will also be there to provide even further insight and details about this very valuable new application that we've incorporated, once again, for free within the UFMS. All right. Let's talk about UFMS just for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, UFMS is an incredible tool for us, isn't it, everyone? To have, to manage, to be able to take care of everything we do with our business right there.
I mean, it's all, we talked about in the beginning, it's all about providing systems, tools, technologies to make our business building activities efficient and effective so that our time is spent performing the result-producing activities. None of the administrative stuff needs to be really attended to because it's being handled electronically. I mean, I couldn't imagine life without UFMS, right? So, just to quickly remind you of the benefits, beyond the reports, that alone is worth way more than the $20 per month, right? But of course, it's part of the accrual option. It's tied to unfranchised auto ship. We mentioned the reports, the credits of BV and IBV up to 11:59 p.m.
Ability to order toll-free if you have to call in for some reason rather than being able to do it online. Access to all the new training, leadership, and management audio downloads, and that subscription to Deductr that we talked about just now.
Now, the UFMS has been around for years. I mean, even before it was UFMS, it was ProPack. For those of you who are old-timers, I can't believe am I an old-timer now?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I used to be the youngest one in the room. Something happened. I don't know what happened.
Just realized that.
So, starting in September, the UFMS fee will go up very slightly from $20 to $21.95. Now, we pay much more than that just for a cup of coffee a day. Look, the average coffee at Starbucks is $2.45, over $73 a month. And so for 73 cents a day, you have technology, tools, systems through UFMS to effectively and efficiently grow your business. Anybody that's going to have any challenges with that,
Well,
probably not growing.
let's remember, too, that our UFMS is tax deductible
And it's tax
as well
deductible.
as we do that, which is a fantastic other benefit of it.
What do you guys think about that? So to go into further insight about some of the new technologies through shoppingannuity.com, marketamerica.com, some great new tools, please welcome our Director of Business Integration, Sarah Rose Stack.
I am continuously amazed at the number of enhancements and resources and new tools that this company gives us to make building our business more efficient and more effective. Do you guys agree with that? So before I really quickly go through a bunch of things, I just want to remind everybody, like Jim said just a few moments ago, everything that we do as an unfranchised owner needs to be one of these three things. It's either helping us to use or sell a product, create a customer, it's helping us to share the business, or it is helping us to promote education. And so everything that you learn about this weekend, I want you to think in your head, how is that tool, how is that resource, how is that thing that they just announced going to help me do one of these three things? Does that sound like a good plan? Great. So really quickly, because I have a very short period of time, I want to start by explaining the new unfranchised support materials. As you all know, we have a ton of resources, of training materials, of sales and marketing aids, and PowerPoints, and PDFs, and everything you can imagine. And right now, it feels like they might be available in a number of different places, and it can be very confusing, especially if you're brand new. You can't find what you need. And so coming this fall, as early as September, all of our support materials will be in one centralized location on unfranchise.com. Yes. Further, what I'm really excited about is we've actually rethought how we categorize them. And so there are 4 main categories. It's business, administration, so you'll get all of your forms there, training and events, recruiting and sales, so the UBP, the catalogs, and the price list, all there. And then university majors, all in one place. So what I love about it, it's going to be very visible. So if you have a new person and they're looking at the unfranchised support materials, they might see DNA, baby and children's care, and go, wow, I didn't realize we had a division. Let me look at that. So it's going to subliminally encourage them to check out more stuff. Sound good? Great. What I'm most excited about is all the enhancements for the shopping annuity, though. We have a brand new shopping annuity presentation with a brand new flow, a brand new story. It takes you through and it asks the hard questions, the intro to you're already spending it, the 4 ways that we fund a shopping annuity with a heavy, heavy focus on our exclusive products, which, as we know, we earn the most margin for. You guys agree? And then the close is amazing. It's the 5 ways that we're changing the economy, and then that 45-year or 2 to 3 year plan hard stop question. I'm going to give you way more of an insight on that at the breakout on Saturday, so I encourage you to attend that. It's going to be, I'll show you lots of the highlights there. But what I'm most excited for is our brand new shoppingannuity.com, wait for it, /your name. Yes. You are all going to get your very own shopping annuity website, which has been completely rewritten. It's not just redesigned, it is rewritten with really, really great and important content. So I'm going to give you a very, very quick preview, but again, at our breakout on Saturday evening, I'm going to talk about how to use this. But I can tell you that for Ryan and I, our organization has grown more in the last 2 years than it ever has. Recruiting used to be one of the most challenging things for us as unfranchised owners. But in the last 2 years, well over 100 new business partners in our organization. And the reason why is we start with the shopping annuity first, but we do it a specific way. And so we took all of that into consideration, met with top other leaders in the shopping annuity in the business, and put all of that together. So the homepage looks like this. Where is the money go? As you can see, it's a global site. It will be available in all of the primary languages. You choose your country. It just automatically gives you what you need. Then it goes into how does it work? This is teaching you to talk in themes about the shopping annuity. Now, my favorite part is at the bottom of every page is a mini shopping annuity assessment. And this is something you can sit down with a prospect for that they can fill out in 3 to 5 minutes. It is not the main assessment that takes an hour. It is a 3 to 5 minute thing, and I just want to show you look at how great that is. For example, when you get to the regular spending, we're not asking your prospect to tell us how much money they spend. We're just saying, here's the average. Would you say that you spend the average, less than, or more than? And they just have to go through and tap. And as they're selecting less, more, or above average, it's going to calculate a number based on their quick decision. And then we go to the next one, and it says, which of the holidays or seasonal things do you plan to spend money on for this year? They don't have to put a number, they just tap the ones that they're going to participate in. It calculates an estimate. And then you, as the unfranchise owner, because you all have your own website now, and the prospect gets emailed a report that says, based on what you're currently spending, we've estimated that conservatively you could have generated this much BV and IBV from that spending you were doing anyway. By the way, if you built an organization with 12 people on the left and 12 on the right doing the same thing, here's how much you could expect to earn over 3, 5, and 10 years. And by the way, if you added a customer base to that of base 10, 7 strong, here's what that would look like if you added that exponent. How powerful is that? I mean, it's amazing. And from there, you just show them the business, right? So some other highlights, and again, I'll go more slowly through this at the breakout on Saturday night. We have stuff about our products, why our brands are the right thing, and the partner store options are there. We have membership options, which talks about the SAM and SAMMM program. And look, it looks just like an Amex membership or a gym membership. You can see the benefit of building the business as an unfranchised owner doing the shopping annuity. In addition to that, we've got some new training. Everybody wants to know, how do I do this? Click on something and it says, look, how do I find the biggest return? Buy your own products. It's not about Target.com, it's about buying your own products. You get it? And then there's, of course, a lead capture that you can share with people as well. So I have 12 seconds left. And so I want to just remind everybody that you have marketamerica.com as well to share the business. You have your own site there, share the opportunity. And the last thing I want to talk about is what's your game plan. You're going to learn a lot this weekend. You're going to have a lot of brand new things. So there's a new show called the GoNow Gameplan. It is a free show on MeetON that anybody can attend. And we give you one actionable item at the first Monday of every month. It's a great way to stay focused and learn and have a great takeaway. So you guys have a great event. Thank you so much for sharing some time with me, and I'll see you on Saturday night.
That whole team put together.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah. New shoppingannuity.com looks amazing. Marketamerica.com we all have, and the new presentation to bring up the shopping annuity to create a conversation and share it is great.
Let's take a couple minutes. Let's talk about moving up seminars that are coming up in the fall. And this is really what I consider the fast track to success. A lot of people have attended a moving seminar, but a lot of you don't even know what one is. So let's give you some background on this. They're usually in New York or they're Miami Beach. They're a 2-day training, which is really about 18 hours of intensive training being done by 3 trainers at that time. It's a small group setting. It typically is anywhere from 35 maybe up to 50 or 55 people. So the ratio of trainer per person is 1 to 12 or 1 to 14. Result producing activities are focused on, and what we do is we start early. We have a breakfast, we get our training going, we do lunch and networking, and then we train. And that first day we'll typically go from 8 in the morning till about 6:30 at night, working through that whole time because we're putting it all together as fast as we can. The second day will go to about 4:30 because what we're doing then is giving time if people have to fly out that night to be able to get out and get home. But with this small group training, you have the ability to ask questions. A lot of times what happens, we'll go to a training and it's more of a lecture. This allows people to ask questions, get answers. We break down businesses. We do live role playing with people, and we do live phone calls with people. And you're seeing some pictures of results that have occurred with things like call workshops that we do, so that when you leave the Moving Up seminar, you have you have the ability to go out and implement what you have just learned during that period of time.
Not only that, you have appointments made. There's like, I think
got a lot of
there's
appointments
a lot of appointments already made, so you hit the ground running when you get back from the Moving Up seminar.
Many times we'll have people who come on and say, I booked more appointments in 2 days in about 2 hours.
Than they have in their entire life in the business.
Than I've done in my life in the business. Sometimes we have some incredible guest appearances. If JR or Lauren happen to be around, they always try to stop by and say hello to people, which is a fantastic thing. A lot of times we get to spend some time and see one of the beautiful yachts that the company has. There is a team on Utopia 3 celebrating. We do call workshops put together, as you'll see some of the people here, with leaders, people like David and Stacy White, who are sitting down, working with them on what do we need to do. And we always have a lot of fun at these because I think in this business, fun is a key to what we're doing while we're making money. And as you take a look at this, we even have, as we go through, we'll have champions of setting appointments and doing different things like that. So what's coming up? In September, we have 2 Moving Up seminars that are going to be back-to-back. We have one on the 14th and 15th, and we have one on the 16th and 17th. There's about 5 spots left on the 16th and 17th. The 14th and 15th, you can still get your team on. Then in November, we have 2 that'll be in Miami Beach. You can see the dates there, the 9th and 10th, and the 11th and 12th. Now, during this time, the first one in September will be myself, Dennis Franks, and Carl Eklund doing that training. Very excited to be working with Dennis and Carl on that. And then in September 16th and 17th, we'll have Elizabeth Weber, Carl, and myself. And as we move into November, we have David and Stacy and myself. And then we'll have one more speaker to be determined, and that'll be determined by the team that brings the largest amount of people. They can always come and say, this is who I'd like to have. And as long as they meet those requirements, we will add them into that. Now, I was talking with Lauren. I said, Lauren, is there any chance Utopia 4 might be there? And she said, well, it is a good chance it might be there. Who would like to be the first team to get to go on Utopia 4? How much fun would that be to be able to do? You've seen it. How about seeing it live? So look forward to it. You can go up. There's a booth upstairs. We have the ability to register for that Moving Up seminar. Get that done right away. It's an incredible opportunity to bring yourself and your team.
And that's really it. I mean, you're here for a reason. You're here to grow your business. Don't leave here without getting your 3 tickets to the World Conference. I was having breakfast with Kevin Buckman on last Saturday morning, and we were talking about the World Conference and the ticket promotion of 3 and the products and everything. He said, Andrew, if somebody comes to this international convention, and they don't get their tickets, they should just go home. I was like, wow, that's kind of harsh, though, isn't it, Kevin? I mean, they're here. They made the trip, the expenses. They should just go home. But if you think about it, it's very true. You're not just here just to have a good time. We're here to have fun, enjoy each other's company, this community of entrepreneurs. We're all here to grow, to get the things that we want, reach our personal and financial goals, you see. And of course, a proven business building technique and principle for over 26 years has been buying tickets in advance and selling them to the new people you've not even met yet that you will meet over the next coming months as you cultivate new possibilities, prospect, and recruit. Don't leave here without go right on your phone and log in to unfranchise.com. Get it done sooner than later because we can't accommodate only about a quarter of the people if they take advantage of this promotion, okay? And we look forward to a great rest of this international convention.
It's going to be a great rest of the next 4 days. Have fun. We'll see everyone later.